for instance, like the red light therapies. If you if you search it in Amazon, there's like thousands of them. Which ones do you pick? Similar ways. This is similar ways of how I see education. So the internet is not as friendly as, as back in the days where, it was more like a dictionary way. We are in the chaos. We need an actual platform that basically brings all these amazing innovations, amazing educators, and amazing products that works and make it palatable for patients. So it's like, hey, if you have a headache, these are the recommended top 3. Don't give them 1,000 choices. They're already going through so much. And I come from my experience when I had breast cancer. Like I went to a traditional setting, like because I know so many good friends in the healthcare space, and the healthcare settings didn't really help me. I got healed from doing functional medicine. I got healed from doing natural and holistic. So this is really where the whole entire kind of ideas came about, is like,
First, a quick word from our sponsor.
Did you know that one-size-fits-all supplements are a thing of the past? Today, you can take supplements that are built for your genetic needs. SNP Nutrigenomics makes taking personalized supplements so easy. You'll receive your at-home DNA test kit just days after placing your order, and it will have everything you need to test your DNA from the comfort of your home. After you swab the inside of each cheek, you'll ship the swabs to the HIPAA-compliant lab in Texas using the prepaid envelope. There, the lab will analyze your DNA using state-of-the-art technology and determine for you your unique nutritional formula that provides you with the exact nutrients your body needs. Based on your genetic blueprint, they will take a close look to determine genetic variants you have and exactly which nutrients can help you optimize your genetics. You'll get a customized supplement made to order just for you, and it even has your name on it. It will be shipped to your door on whatever schedule you choose, every 30, 45, or 60 days. It's a one-of-a-kind, all-in-one supplement made just for you.
Welcome, everyone. It's Wednesday time for Health, Biz, and Politics. A great show for you today. Really interesting how we're bringing AI into the health field. Certainly a controversial topic. So the team here today is going to help enlighten us on all of this and show all the good uses. Before we get into the program and before Charlie does the proper introduction there, let me share our website with you for those of you who might be new, so you know where to go to get information, sign on, subscribe, etc. Our website is your-mp.com, your marketplace for health, wealth, and freedom. And go over to the, on the top, it says your media hub. Click on that. And you will see our 2 shows, our Wednesday Health, Biz, and Politics and our Thursday Freedom Hub show. Down here, you can also subscribe. We do recommend that. And we do get overlap. Sometimes Thursday shows are health. Wednesday shows are more policy driven. So subscribe to both. You'll see, we don't have someone tomorrow, but you'll see the bios or information on the topic here, down below, upcoming guests, as well as the channels where you can view this by the following week. So they're up on BitChute, Brighteon, Rumble, Tubi, sometime, I guess, and YouTube when not censored. This might be a good one today that makes it to YouTube. Both channels are different for each show, so we do recommend, again, you subscribe and come back and check all the time. Let me stop that share. And I think that's it. Charlie, I will turn it over to you.
Thanks. And let me share my screen. And let me show the promo from today. I'll put that in chat so folks can follow along. We linked in that promo to a promotion we've had for a couple years given our work for over half a decade with the late Dr. Charles Benz on AI functional assessment that we have promoted for a long time with the Genexi company. And I'm not sure if Pam Nygaard is joining us today, but that uses the state of the art in studies, your DNA, blood, and local environmental factors to spit out a health grade and recommendations how to get healthy, more from a natural health standpoint. And Jim mentioned also this DNA personalized supplement promotion because that's one of the key words for selling today's show is the personalization. That's before you do, Jim, I'll just mention we happen to think our health plan featured in Forbes magazine there on the left does encourage personalization as well because it makes you into a cash paying patient. Sorry, I double clicked on that by accident. Let me just hide my meeting controls so we can go back to our show. And out of our guests, we will have more promotions, maybe even with Aboitiz's program. You never know. And that's what we like to do is empower healthcare from a personalized standpoint and get more natural care. And, more from that promo, AI has scared us in some ways. We saw it in the promo, we talked about Terminator, give the artificial machines intelligence and they'll figure out they're more intelligent than us. What are the repercussions? And we've had a lot of group benefit experts over our 7 years of shows. And we've had various wellness experts just explain how to do it right. And then we've had other cynics who say only the healthy use corporate wellness programs. Is it worth the money? But the combination of AI and wellness has a lot of upside. And with that, Abby, take it away.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me here, Charles. It's been, I think we planned this a little weeks ago, like a little over a month ago, and we're finally here, and I'm so excited to be here. So, in short, really, we are a company that simply bridges the gap between healthcare and wellness through innovation, through precision education, and AI. So, we're excited to do this and present this with my co-founder, Dr. Gideon Kwok.
Hi guys, my name is Dr. Gideon Kwok. I actually am a physician. Background is family medicine, but I do a lot of aesthetic medicine and kind of have been venturing into the wellness aspect for the last 5 to 10 years. But definitely have watched my peers within the medical community kind of starting to fall apart. The medical system's falling apart, the patient cares. Gratefully, I do a more cash-based model. So I see patients that come in and, the integration of medicine and wellness and people starting to pay for it. We're starting to catch more people outside the scope of what traditional medicine and healthcare has unfortunately given to the insurance companies the control a lot. And so, this is where working with Abby on AI wellness and really helping the patients, trying to get more education, helping the doctors get a lot more education on how they can, you could say, control the narrative a little bit more, but really about empowering people to have the right type of education so they can get their health back into order. We know that the wellness field in the next year or 2 years is going to surpass the spend of traditional medicine in the healthcare space of just insurance spaces. And so that's kind of where we're really, really talking about really helping patients really get back that care. And that's where AI wellness comes into play. So I think we're going to jump into a presentation about healthcare and where we are in the state of it and where AI can start to fit in and why we created AI wellness in that aspect of it.
In a world where healthcare has become a labyrinth of private companies, the system is broken. Patients face fragmented care, limited communication between providers, and a lack of personalized guidance. Introducing AI Wellness, comprehensive wellness solution and vetted marketplace disrupting the industry. Our Mirror's interactive interface and concierge services empowers patients to take their health back into their own hands.
Hello, my name is Dennis Schmidt. I am the CEO and founder of Neuro20 Technologies.
My name is Janelle Artizone, founder of Desertman Wellness.
And I'm the CEO of Per Fitness Personal Training.
I'm a certified neurolinguistic programming coach and trainer.
I'm known as the balanced brain expert.
We are a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business.
Life Force Water is a hydrogen-rich water to raise the vibration in your body.
We're all blessed with wonderful healthcare in the world, but we can do better. Right now, it's kind of a one-size-fits-all approach.
The healthcare system right now presently is more of a reactive approach versus a proactive approach.
See if we can prevent an event and see if we can prevent them from even developing the disease.
Things are so fragmented, are getting conflicting information, and they don't have a trusted source.
Things are happening really fast in the world, and as humans, I don't think we're necessarily designed or prepared for it. So the more we can support each other and connect and collaborate, the better we're all going to do.
We want to help more people heal in a clinical space, heal at home.
Understand the true etiology or beginnings of diseases, and we can attack those to prevent the problem from happening in the first place. That's the future of medicine.
Health happens at home, and the only person that can make you healthy is you. So please join me on this journey and let's transform wellness together.
Hello and welcome to Health Biz and Politics. I'm Aboitiz, founder of Assisted Intelligence Wellness, and I'm thrilled to have you here with us today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, over the next 20 minutes, we're going to explore how Assisted Intelligence Wellness is bridging the gap between healthcare and wellness with cutting-edge AI, precision education, and innovative technology. We'll be diving into the exciting ways that we're transforming healthcare through our personalized wellness programs, AI-powered digital avatars, and our ScienceCast platform, all designed to help patients and healthcare providers achieve better health outcomes and empower individuals on their wellness journeys.
Everything is in the private sectors when it comes to healthcare. We fix things when they're broken, but nothing much about prevention.
The gaps in healthcare for me as a family physician are patient education, continuity of care.
A lot of times if the healthcare system's too hard to access, people just give up. And when you give up, you know that you're not taking an integrative prevention model. And I think that that's one of the most positive things that can happen.
Now, if you mix AI with that, that means that you can suddenly have a lot of the diagnostic or the help for a patient that can be done without barriers.
It's critical in the future that we have systems like this, really access to the information that can help that patient immediately. So there's no gap, there's no isolation, none of that. I think AI is going to have a big component of that.
I envision it as like your own personal medical records that you can take around with you. AI wellness is really going to push that barrier to bring all this information, because information is power. And when you have the right information, you can really make some substantial changes.
The amount of information and science and technology that's coming out is at an enormous pace. So that's the beauty of the AI Wellness platform, is education, empowering the patient, giving them the information they need to make healthy choices, to understand and listen to their body before they get sick and before they develop symptoms and overt disease, and then take steps to be proactive instead of reactive. I think that's the only way it works.
Part of what we can do with AI Wellness is bring out a training platform, not just for patients, but for doctors.
Yes.
Because if this next wave of practitioners are educated to this type of medicine, yeah, you'll take your 8 years of med school for the basics, but then I'll take the next 8 years on the reality. And I think that that's what's really going to turn healthcare on its head.
This company has something that is going to make the world of health in general shift.
You know, good life is actually very simple, and it goes back to just eating well, exercising, enjoying mental health, financial health, and all these things coming together. If there's one thing I want to share with you, now is the time.
Right now, under stress, the body shuts down. So what we're teaching the brain is to stay open and receptive and get people sleeping again. If you have a good night's sleep, you'll wake up with superpowers and you'll be able to handle your day. And that's affecting 2/3 of the world right now. So we call it brain fitness because we exercise the brain and get it working at optimum levels.
To have true wealth, it's a lot more than money. I mean, a lot of times, people are living longer today, and our goal isn't to add, years to your life. It's to add life to your years.
I really believe that a good lifestyle, one with health and fitness, health and wellness, everything really revolves around drinking water. Water is the core and basic necessity that our body needs to have a healthy lifestyle. And that's what we're doing here by bringing drinking water to people all over the world through producing water from the air.
A good lifestyle, first of all, starts with joy, making sure you're having fun every day that you can. And then from there, you really can't have fun without being healthy. And I've kind of dedicated my whole life to figuring out what's the best way for me to create a balanced life for not just myself, but really for the thousands of patients that I've got to touch over the last 40 years of being in practice.
The best way of life and a good lifestyle is complete balance. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, social. Paying attention to all different components throughout the course of the day. And there's new technologies, there's new things that are happening in the world of science and medicine that people are unaware of to really optimize your life.
Now, we're all aware that chronic disease has skyrocketed in recent decades, from 10% of the population in 1990 to 50% today. The traditional healthcare system focuses on treating illness, but what about wellness? That's where most systems fall short. People are often left confused, searching for answers in a sea of information. The explosion of wellness trends, diets, and fads has often left our patients feeling overwhelmed. See, at Assisted Intelligence Wellness, we're tackling this challenge by integrating healthcare with wellness through our AI-driven platforms. Our AI wellness screens are strategically placed in waiting rooms, exam rooms, consultation rooms, and education spaces to deliver distraction-free, personalized health education. Patients are informed and empowered with the knowledge they need, all without the clutter of traditional ads.
Talking about the mirror, the ability to have a physician literally next to you as you need it, when you need it. The fact that you can have healthcare in your home, in your hotel, in your wellness retreat allows that symbiotic growth. The ability to not only look at yourself and see where your health is, but perhaps where your health can be.
When doctors become doctors, they don't go into business for administrative burden, for all the compliance rules that exist within the care and care continuum. They want to have access to the patient. And what AI Wellness has developed is an integrated, interoperable system that sits within the hospital system and the doctor's offices, and it allows patients to interact on their medical record, on educating them on recent diagnosis or prognosis. I think it's revolutionary.
When people come into a clinic to visit, you often have to go over the same explanation again and again. Now imagine that through the AI Wellness Mirror, this can happen for you. All the patient needs to do as they're waiting is head up to the mirror, ask the question, and immediately start getting a response and an educational video on what it is they're asking. You spend less time explaining the basics, and you have more time to dive deeper into the particular issue, or more time to see and help more patients.
So here's how it works. When patients arrive at a clinic, they're greeted by our AI wellness screens. These screens offer personalized content based on each patient's needs. They simply scan a QR code, and the screen adjusts to provide educational materials. Whether it's managing chronic disease or just improving their nutrition and fitness. To enhance the educational experience, we've developed digital avatars of physicians who act as virtual guides. These avatars break down complex health topics into bite-sized, actionable advice. Imagine a virtual physician explaining your treatment plan, nutrition advice, or even a new exercise routine, all tailored to your specific needs. These avatars provide consistent, accurate information that helps patients stay informed and confident about their health decisions.
I just stood
and a green screen, and I talked, and they were able to make a digital twin. But this is an extremely powerful situation.
So I saw my avatar in the video, and thank goodness it's better looking than me.
And I love it because it's going to really help to streamline my process in the office. I can be in multiple rooms at the same time. It's just really good for patient education and retention of information because it's a less pressured environment. I'm not physically live with them, so they could just watch it at their own speed.
Let's just say I wanted to do something about facelift. So I can take a script with what I want to say, and the AI plugs it in. Lo and behold, my digital twin is giving this video on AI. I do a lot of filming in my office, and I have a green screen. And so if I'm going to do 5 videos, I got to get it set it up. I got to do the video. I have to edit it. And this is where the future is going. And I'm honored to be involved. Thank you.
This has been amazing working with AI Wellness, and I'm so impressed with the technology, the ability to communicate with you guys virtually and also just as myself. This is truly a business innovation. It's going to educate our patients, it's going to improve how we communicate virtually with everybody, and it's going to bring artificial intelligence, one of my passions, into aesthetics.
It's going to give me back the one thing that nobody in the world can give me back, and that's time. This is going to give me back time to be highly productive, to create fascinating, engaging, educational content with a digital avatar of myself.
What it's going to do for our business and free things up so that we can really work on the business and just so many other tasks are taken care of by the AI.
With AI, there's so much that we can do in our private practice now with something like an avatar of this sort. I think if we get these mirrors and we use our avatars, we're going to be able to greet and treat our patients remotely. It's going to make us more efficient and at the same time more profitable as a physician owner or as a teacher.
It takes me literally like 20 to 30 minutes to get ready to make a 30-second video to promote something or even to promote my master classes. Having an avatar, I just remove all of that out of the equation, so it doesn't matter what I look like now from now on, my avatar is gonna always be flawless.
Hey everybody, it's Dr. Alan Bauman from Bauman Medical Hair Transplant and Hair Loss Treatment Center. And those of you who know me know I'm very passionate about patient education, especially when it comes to hair loss treatments and procedures. So I'm super excited to have the AI Wellness Mirror and my virtual avatar to be able to speak to patients when I'm not available. So at any time, in every treatment room, in every waiting room, and in every exam room, we've got a mirror that can tell patients what to do when it comes to their hair loss situation. They can learn about treatments, procedures, and their hair loss condition without even me having to be there. Of course, I'll be there shortly, but in the meantime, they can access this information not only from the mirror, but also from the website anywhere in the entire world. So great to have AI Wellness Mirrors as part of Bauman Medical.
At Skin Perfect Medical Clinics, we offer a comprehensive range of non-surgical aesthetic treatments designed to enhance your health and beauty. Our services are tailored to meet the unique needs of each patient, ensuring personalized care and exceptional results. At Skin Perfect Medical Clinics, our primary focus is on aesthetic and cosmetic treatments, which are generally considered elective and not medically necessary. As a result, these procedures are typically not covered by insurance. Patients are usually responsible for the full cost of their aesthetic treatments.
But our screens aren't just limited to clinics. We use them at events to guide guests through registration and offer tailored health content. We've already teamed up with some of the nation's premier events to showcase our clients' products, providing them with high-profile exposure. Our commitment is to continuously seek out significant opportunities to introduce our clients' products to broader audiences and make impactful impressions. We even incorporate rewards programs where businesses can run daily wellness raffles, incentivizing both new and loyal customers. We also help brands engage their audiences more effectively through brand bundles. Businesses can feature their products on our AI wellness screens, complete with our streaming avatars that act as on-demand brand ambassadors, ready to answer customer questions and guide them through their products. Let's take an even deeper dive into how we're expanding reach and creating lasting engagement. Through partnerships with ION Channel and Channel 16, brands featured on our AI wellness screens also get exposure across television, broadband, mobile, and social media platforms. In addition, we've partnered with JLS Video Agency, experts in creating high-converting ads tailored specifically for health and wellness brands. They specialize in scripting, shooting, and editing compelling DTC and B2B ads that perform on platforms like Meta, LinkedIn, and TikTok, driving sales and engagement. By combining digital avatars with our advanced scriptwriting software, we can produce unlimited ads that are fully compliant with Meta's strict health and wellness guidelines, ensuring your campaigns are both effective and aligned with industry standards. Our process is simple. We come to your business, create a digital avatar of your brand ambassador, and program it to answer questions and engage with customers in real time. Whether it's on a screen, in a clinic, or streamed across multiple platforms, your brand stays connected and relevant. We've taken it even a step further with ScienceCast, our research-backed educational platform. ScienceCast integrates the latest findings into health and wellness, ensuring that the information you receive is not only easy to understand, but it's also grounded in CMS guidelines and supported by the latest research. With ScienceCast, patients and doctors alike can trust that the education provided is accurate, reliable, and up to date.
We have this treasure trove in this country, in this world of research. We seek to break that research down into more digestible forms. We also have a feature where you can talk to the research presentation and ask questions. All of this is automated by AI.
Wow.
We have platforms for scientists to review others' work, comment on it, upvote it, so sort of instant crowdsourcing peer review.
Now let's talk about SenSites, our powerful solution for both patients and doctors. The SenSites Lifestyle app empowers patients to track their daily health metrics, manage their goals, and receive tailored recommendations. On the other side, doctors have real-time access to patient data, allowing them to make proactive, informed decisions about their care. Doctors can benefit too. They monitor patients' progress remotely and get real-time updates through the SenSites dashboard. This allows for more effective follow-ups and personalized care plans, improving patient outcomes while saving time for busy healthcare professionals. So whether you're a business looking to expand your reach or a healthcare provider seeking smarter, more personalized solutions, AI Wellness is here to help. We offer everything from CRM and POS systems to digital avatars and personalized brand engagement tools. We invite you to join us on this journey to revolutionize healthcare and wellness. Together, we can build a healthier, more empowered future. So thank you again for tuning into Health Biz and Politics. I'm Abby Aboitiz, and remember, wellness is within your reach.
Ta-da!
And we're back.
Okay, so anything else you want to explain personally, or should we just open it up to the floor?
I would open it up for questions.
Okay. We have 33 people in the audience right now. Questions, guys? Charlie, your first question. Go ahead.
Okay, just FYI, before I invite some of our more regular friends to comment, including Miss Nygaard with her AI wellness. I think as a former teacher myself, when I left lobbying, I learned in grad school that contrasting with other options helps folks learn. Something that's really big at our brokerage, because we have different sharing options for folks who want to upgrade from Obamacare to get something that gives them control, as opposed to networks, which all insurance companies have. But while you're correct in your presentation that electives are not covered by insurance, they're also not eligible with health savings accounts, which are great out-of-pocket funders, but they are eligible with the fastest growing account that I sell, the health matching account that doubles your money over 3 years. So electives like plastic surgery and LASIK are
Dental.
spend and what?
Dental.
Oh yeah, dental, but that's not electives. I'm just focusing on electives. If delivered by an MD, that's the only catch. If you're an MD and offer elective surgeries, your patients can afford your recommendations better by doubling the money over 3 years. And so I'll stop share right there and just let folks know that there is funding help for elective surgeries, and I can help you with that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no problem. So I'd like to have lots of answers at this show after interviewing or platforming so many leaders over the years. And I wonder if Pam Nygaard is around, so if she can unmute herself and maybe comment on what she sees from you since she's in your space. Pam, are you around?
Yeah, I sure am right here. Just came back from a run, so sorry for my baseball cap appearance. We have a new puppy, so gotta get that guy his exercise in the morning along with myself. No, thanks for having me. I appreciate it, and interesting presentation. So maybe part of the bulk of the presentation was about how it assists doctors, but I noticed, I guess one of the things that stood out was it mentioned having the mirror in your hotel room. And my thought was, how big is the mirror? How portable is it? Because it feels like it's a good size one that maybe stays meant more in an office clinic. Can you just, as first of all, curious about the size, and then second of all, curious about collaboration amongst your doctors and if they help support each other with some of the solutions that they bring, or if it's more individual doctor support.
It'd actually be both, depending on the depending on the level of customization that they wanted to work with us with. As it relates to the size of the screens, I have them in the background, and I don't know if you can see it.
No, your back blurred. I can't see it at all. Just you.
How to do the blurry thing. But it's this 70-foot screen. It's behind also Dr. Kwok. So it's just a traditional screen setting.
A screen or a mirror? It was referred to as a mirror in the presentation.
We have different types of screens. So there are screens for outdoors, screens for check-in process. There are screens for consultation rooms and exam rooms. And then there's the mirror, which is more kind of like self-reflection screen. And then there are screens that we basically utilize for conferences. So the screens that was shown in the video, it's about that tall. It's a 7-foot screen. It's just like your traditional mirror.
Okay. And so you start off with, you said that the doctors could collaborate with one another, but more or less, what I think I gathered is that this is an opportunity for the doctors to sort of duplicate themselves to be able to reach more patients. In order to get their message to them when they're not in the room. Is that correct?
That is correct. Dr. Kwok, would you like to do a take on that?
Yeah. I mean, as a practicing physician, I mean, these are really cool, from registration through to me. My actual more pain points for me are kind of in the rooms when I'm actually seeing patients, describing treatments that I'm doing. I am a more elective type of a treatment now. I do a lot of aesthetic medicine and wellness medicine. So a lot of, there's a lot that I do. And for a patient who's waiting for me, these screens living in there can go over a lot of the different types of treatments that we do in the office that my staff just doesn't have time to talk about. As well, one of the more important things for me is if I'm about to do a treatment, they know they're going to be doing a treatment, I can have already preset pre-care, post-care kind of instructions with regards to what's going to happen during the treatment, all these things, even the consent form. In one of the things that we lack as physicians or any but medical practitioner nowadays is time. Especially in family medicine, time is key. You get 5 minutes to spend with your doctor, and that's it. And so there's a lot more education that needs to go out there with regards to just what they're getting as a treatment, but just even following out through the process of, if you get into traditional medicine, of what, you got, I guess you get diagnosed with hypertension. What is hypertension? And so a lot of the things that we have in AI wellness can actually follow the patient through from not just the doctor's offices, but even through the apps that you've seen, like Sensites and other things that they can actually access through their own even phone. So these mirrors are just a interactive aspect of it in a space. So you look at it as something that a patient, even a client in a hotel, these things can live in a hotel room, and it can be tailored to what the hotel offers. And we definitely know, Abby and I have been talking with a lot of hotels. The hotel industry is even moving into wellness, and they're starting to offer wellness destinations and all these interesting things that you would never think of unless you knew about it. And so education is key, and these type of things, these mirrors are an interactive interface for a client or a patient to get more information. That's what it's about: self-care, wellness care, preventive care, and not sick care, which is what we typically do in traditional medicine. So hopefully
Love that. So, and I think I heard you say that it's possible to send it to someone's phone, or they can access it through a map or an app as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what if a patient does not already have a doctor picked out, and what if they are wondering which person to go to? And I'll give you an example I'm a little bit of like thinking ways that we might be able to help or support one another. And that is, just from an overall assessment, what we find a lot is that people say, gosh, I don't know if it's my liver or my gallbladder or my hormones that are off, like thyroid. And so we'll a lot of times do our assessment to help them figure out which specialist you need to go to, and help them avoid the got to go to a general practitioner and go through the rigmarole and then find, then they usually refer you up to 3 different specialists. We can help them sort of get to that root cause a lot faster if they need medical intervention. And so I'm just kind of curious, from your platform, it sounds like it's partnered with the doctors, but is there a way for a patient to come across your platform and then figure out who they can go see that is relevant and specialized in what they need?
Abby, do you want to approach that?
The answer to that is yes. So basically, it will typically, when that happens, you can sign up. You'll download an app, and then you basically get to choose which doctor within the area that's basically is part of our network that is available, basically. So all of these whole Sensite solution started with a solution called Your Doctors Online. That's been around about 8-9 years now. And so this is making doctors available that you can talk and chat in minutes. And this didn't come from the US in the beginning. It started back in India and Pakistan. And then we kind of take that sort of kind of similar model and apply it over here. The challenges that we're going through, it's much more of how do we basically explain the solution when doctors don't even have time? So that's one of the major challenges that we're kind of encountering now.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then do you guys incorporate, so I feel a lot of focus on the Western medicine approach and the aesthetics, but do you also incorporate other modalities like integrative, naturopathic, environmental medicine, DNA, genetic, and regenerative type of medicine?
Oh, absolutely. Believe it or not, those are where we started, because those are much more friendly environment. And so, they have a lot more time, and they think more innovative ways to actually really help patients. So we're in med spas, we are in wellness centers, we are in chiropractic clinics, we are in geriatrics, primary care physicians, cardiologists, ophthalmologists, dentists. But I could keep going on and on, but we are in the places where a lot more friendly. And the good thing is within our ecosystem is, we get to choose and pick. Because like at this point in my career, I would love to just work with great people. And so, yeah, at the healthcare, been in healthcare for 16 years, I've seen kind of everything. It's from the good, the bad, the ugly, even the nastiest. So our ecosystem, I wanted to basically make sure that it's sort of protective away from the chaos and away of the chaos from the internet as well, and help people kind of navigate through issues and it's focused more in a focused environment, less distraction.
Awesome. Awesome.
you
Well, I
guys
won't
should-
take all the time. Thank you very much.
You guys should connect later, Abby and Pam. Pam has a great product. Sounds like there could be a match there. That's what I'm thinking. So anyway, take it offline. Dr. Montalvo, I see your hand is up.
Can I follow up on that real quick before we move off?
Yeah, go ahead,
topic there?
Charles. Yeah, go, Charles.
Thanks, John. So question for Pam, if you could stay on, and Abby. So everyone has a bias, right? And from our years of doing this weekly with leaders, I think I speak for Jim. Maybe John is about to say something, and a lot of other regulars. We want an actual market in healthcare, which means prices, which don't exist now. We want patients upgrading their behavior, because right now they're just slapping a Blue Cross card on the desk and asking what's my copay, and they're just believing these allopaths who just push pills and are helpless against the real epidemic, which is chronic disease. And so we want to support even allopaths that grow up and become more integrated, patients that are smarter, rational pricing from competition, and a lot less mandates and godlike behavior from doctors. So we like Pam's AI assessment because it uses a bunch of studies to steer the patient towards more natural therapies, and it incorporates not just DNA, which some folks agree with, some folks like me are a bit skeptical, but especially blood and local environmental toxins, like what RFK talks about. I think Pam is more targeting employers to incorporate it to upgrade their employees' behavior. It sounds like you, Abby, are empowering doctors to educate their patients a bit before they talk to the doctor. So it sounds like you're more wide-ranging, and what you push depends on what the doctor is pushing. So my question to you is, let me give an example. I apologize for the long-winded question. We platform a lot of DPCs in this program, and not because they're all integrated like we want, but because the time they gain with patients from subscription payments, the financial structure makes them more integrated because they have more time with the patient and they're more experimental and open-minded on what can help this chronically diseased patient in front of me. Do you find this happening with your venture? Is it improving the behavior of doctors? Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It improves both, actually, from the patient standpoint and the doctor standpoint. Where we're lacking today is really kind of, if you look at the Dr. Google out there, it's very chaotic. We don't know what type of information that's real. We don't know what type of information that's basically relevant. And now people pushing products that are not licensed. If you look at the Instagrams of the world, they allow it to push influencers pushing health products out there, and it looks cool and it looks so pretty endorsing it. And then what it comes down to is when you go to Amazon, when you search an actual product, and there's thousands of other options, like for instance, like the red light therapies. If you search it in Amazon, there's like thousands of them. Which ones do you pick? Similar ways. This is similar ways of how I see education. So the internet is not as friendly as, as back in the days where, it was more like a dictionary way. We are in the chaos. we need an actual platform that basically brings all these amazing innovations, amazing educators, and amazing products that works and make it palatable for patients. So it's like, hey, if you have a headache, these are the recommended top 3. Don't give them 1,000 choices. They're already going through so much. And I come from my experience when I had breast cancer. Like I went to a traditional setting, like because I know so many good friends in the healthcare space, and the healthcare settings didn't really help me. I got healed from doing functional medicine. I got healed from doing natural and holistic. So this is really where the whole entire kind of ideas came about. Is like, okay, I got all the pieces together, but I'm missing education. It's like, how do I deliver education in a way where it's easy, like more private, and so this is where we have these screens being pushed out. We're gonna continue to evolve this, and obviously these screens is gonna be pushed out into people's home, hopefully sometime late this year. But I just wanted to do great things for people, making their life easier. So I'm not just approaching them from the doctor standpoint. The doctor standpoint is some way, somehow, somebody has to pay for it. And there is codes that's available for this. So our platform not only just address codes for chronic care management, remote monitoring, telehealth, education, those kinds of codes is like if a government pays for it, why not offer it, right? So that's really kind of like the idea of what we're doing as far as building this ecosystem. And we love to welcome contributors like yourself, you, Pam, to encourage everyone to kind of share that message, and let's be an active contributor on building an ecosystem together that actually works. And so, and I'm not going to say that we have a perfect solution, but at least we're actually trying to solve issues of chaos. And I think that's what I'm going to finish it that off, because I could keep talking, but I'm very passionate about helping people, and I'm going to stay this way. And I'm excited to work with people like yourself.
That what you just said reminds me of what you just said, Abby, reminds me of why I invited you. Now I remember your story. That's why I invited you, because of your personal journey, not just AI wellness. Thank you. That was perfect.
Okay, John.
Thank you, Jim. Abby, thank you for the presentation. As an overcomer of prostate and colon cancer, I congratulate you on doing what you did for your breast cancer. But as a provider, as a holistic provider, I'm a naturopath. I spent almost the better part of 13 years working in medical schools, training MDs, DOs, nurse practitioners. One of the problems I have with what your presentation is, and I came in a little late, so I apologize, is how does this help with the doctor-patient relationship? Because one of the things I've run into when I was in the medical schools and I was talking to patients on the outside is that they're looking to have more time with doctors and not less time, because they want a doctor to hear them and to respond to that, as opposed to a machine that comes across. And the other thing, I just want to make a comment too. Dr. Google is not really Dr. Google, because Google's suppressing a lot of natural health information. And because Google has become a part of the medical industrial complex, which is a problem. So we're having information that is actually true, that can help people overcome cancer, like you and I did naturally, and they're pushing them more towards the medical industrial complex, as opposed to how you should naturally cure things like these degenerative diseases like cancer, heart disease, arthritis, and to name just a few. So if you can answer the question concerning how does this help the doctor-patient relationship, because I just see another artificial thing being put in front of a patient to get to somehow then comply, yet I'm hearing more and more from people, actual patients, that they want more time with the doctor, and not like I'm sorry, Dr. Kwai, I think it is, mentioned that they only get 5 minutes with a patient, which is sad. And that's what some of the things that I was seeing in my own training, where I started with a medical student where they had 20 minutes to assess a patient and do a physical and then come up with a solution. And then they were taught to spend only 10 minutes because they had to pass a test too at the same time. So I'm sorry if my question is also a little bit long.
No, part of that aspect of it, I agree with you. It is about getting more interaction with your physician. But at the end of the day, the information on that aspect of it is, I would say a lot of it is repetitive. A lot of things that you do, that you talk to your patients about with different disease processes, with different things, are repetitive, that don't require you to necessarily be there. I think being there is really about being the relationship. I do aesthetic medicine. I do a lot of that. It's a lot of just injecting. I do Botox, fillers, all these lasers. I will tell you, having been practicing for 20 years, I understand what you're talking about. They want more time with you, but it's also about how do you provide them the right amount of education so they are educated in the right way. When you can get the right information to them, and to me, being that it's a digital avatar of you as the physician or the practicing person, it impacts the patient more so that it is you that is talking to them. If you looked at the video earlier that you saw, that the avatar was Abby's avatar talking to you, fed with a script that you've already pre-programmed in a sense to ask the questions. And this is just an evolving thing. Eventually, you're going to feed this information all that it becomes an interactive thing, that they're talking to you, asking questions through AI, all the information that you provide on that aspect of it. Then when you go into the room, you can actually provide the relationship, the care, the connection that you want to connect with the patient. So this is unfortunately, this is time, and no person has that amount of time to do all the, you could say, the mundane work of explaining things. Like when you come in and you're explaining maybe a certain concoction that you have, you're explaining the same thing over and over and over again. It's repetitive. Do you need to do that? Or could you say, hey, watch this video about this product, vitamin C, and how it's going to help you? Then you can actually come in and actually tailor and actually customize treatment plan, explain that aspect of it. And then they can go, okay, you're going to be on this colon cleanse, and then you're going to go on to this vitamin C drip, and then the NAD drip, and blah, blah, blah. But those things, and what it is that they're getting is explained, because you don't have the time to explain every single thing that treatment plan is going to do. They're going to trust you as a doctor. And so this is why AI is important, because it's going to provide the actual information. Why are you doing that vitamin C drip? Why are you doing the NAD drip? Why is that all there? You can come in and provide the actual care, the relationship, but because it's coming from you as an AI, it's actually a relationship building tool that they're like, oh, I'm listening to that because it's the doctor talking to them.
If I can jump in for a minute, guys, it seems to me there's a difference, John, for example, as you're saying, between, let's say, elective aesthetic surgery or procedures and somebody coming in with chronic disease. We don't know the root cause. We need time with the doc. I figure out what the hell's going on with me. So, yeah, I can understand. I see the value for what you're talking about. If you have a patient, obviously, that's not doing well and nobody knows what's going on, yeah, they probably require more time, not reading it, the AI twin. But yeah, that makes sense.
So basically, this is a system right now set up for like marketing and getting basic information to a patient, as opposed to actually an analysis type of situation that's happening.
No, it is getting to the analysis type of thing. As the AI is fed information, it can help start making a little bit more diagnostic aspects to it, for sure. The thing is, I would say the old school mentality from a normal practitioner is, I need to spend time with the patient. I need to spend time with the patient. But the problem is you're still, what you're lacking is the education of the patient doesn't come out when you're talking to the patient. They come in, they listen to you, they go, they respect you as the practitioner, and they walk out, they're like, I don't know what he just said. He just said this and this and this. And they believe you because you have that relationship. Now, if you can go home, you QR coded all this information, they can go back to their own home through an app, go back, oh, what did he talk about? Oh yeah, let's go do my deep search into all of this information. This isn't just in your office. This goes into the app. It's an expansive platform. This is essentially what she's created is a health internet. So it's a very, you could say, narrow-minded thing that it's just living in your office. It's not. This can expand into your own, every patient's own home. The SenSites app becomes almost your connection to the patient on a daily basis. You can do diagnostics, you can do, it checks your vital signs. It's not FDA approved, but it gives you an understanding of their heart rate variability, oxygen saturation, all of these things that pop into a dashboard that you can go into your office and say, hey, Mr. Smith, your blood pressures have been trending a little bit off for the last month. Come in and see me, blah, blah, blah. You can send it information where you can send education. Hey, your high blood pressures are a little uncontrolled. Here's some nutritional aspects of it. Here's some stuff that you can learn that actually can be from you talking about it because it's your own educational script that comes through your avatar. So this is powerful because it's not just you doing it in your office, it's you doing it in their life.
Do people need extra sensors for like heart rate variability?
Correct. Yeah, we offer those also within our ecosystem. So how it works is, so for patients that hasn't been onboarded or enrolled into the system, they walk into the physician's clinic, they'll go into the screen, scan the QR code, download the app, and then they can pick let's say I'll pick a caregiver, which is the doctor that I'm seeing now, and then now that plugs into the doctor's dashboard. Our dashboard is also integrated with an actual EMR. So we have a screens for education. We have the practice management solution that's connected to the patient's app, and it is all fully integrated, including the education as well. So when somebody is trying to, let's say, lose weight or their diabetes or whatever, we want to see, you want to see their food intake. So what it does in the app, it'll automatically push hey, take a picture of your plate of food. Let me see if your calorie intake is actually good. It's all of that is actually through AI, and then it'll push back into the doctor's dashboard.
You need the AI to identify through the phone if the person is eating food and not taking the picture.
Well, that one
automatically
too. So you can design and develop an actual lifestyle for them. So it's let's say, just from a weight loss is the biggest thing right now. I feel like everyone's on GLP-1 injections and all of those, that even if they're not fat, they're trying to do it. And so and there's no tracking on it, and there's not much regulations that's being implemented. So if you're an actual physician and a patient gets bloated and they end up in the ER, what's going to happen then, right? So with this is you have trackings that you basically created an actual SOP for their life when they're on that program. So it goes far more than just, trying to push an actual education in the simplified way, but it actually sort of you can tailor an actual lifestyle on how they want to improve their life.
I got to follow up though, because several of my students got back to me. We thought it was so great that we were putting computer systems into hospitals so somebody wouldn't get double medication. My former wife almost died because somebody came behind another nurse and wanted to give her additional pain medication, which the second shot would have killed her. Okay, so I thought it was a great thing. But when the students got back to me, what's going on in the hospitals with computerization is that when a doctor doesn't even have to think, that's one. Two, when the doctor puts in information about the patient, what the computer is spitting out is what's most profitable for the doctor, not necessarily what's best for the patient. Can you address that, please?
No, we
It's a
haven't encountered
hospital
that
setting.
type. So it's a hospital system. So we haven't tapped into that, although we have partnerships with some of the hospitals. But when it comes to patient management, right? When it comes to medications and all of those, we are integrated with medication reminders as well within our system. but does actually more like a doctor will do an actual consults and it's on the video. So you don't just like basically call in and and do the prescriptions and write it off and then do another medications. So I can't speak as much on the hospital settings yet because we're not there just yet. But I'd like to learn more about it for sure.
Yeah, that gets into a whole different thing. I understand what you're talking about, but unfortunately, that's not where our system is intended at this point in time. I look at our system eventually the EMR and all of that as actually a patient's own medical record system that they can take around. So if they're moving from state to state to state, they can add caregivers and take away caregivers, give information, and they can load in their labs, they can load in their hospitalizations, all of these things. That is the problem of the medical field currently is a very walled off system. Every city, every hospital has its own system, and nobody wants to communicate with each other because, you know, a patient is money to them. And so by doing something like this, we're on the backside, you could say sneakily, creating a system where the patients now own their own medical record system so they can take it around with them. But we can't fight against a system that is out there. You have to do it in a very roundabout way. Otherwise, you're going to get taken down before you can even start.
How people can reach you? You have a website, phone numbers, Instagram, something?
Yes, thanks, Jim. John, if you would like to do further discussions, you can email us at info@aiwellness.ai. And so for us to the rest of everyone, you can also go to aiwellness.ai. And same way as our Instagram, it's the same. It's aiwellness.ai. You can find us on LinkedIn as well. And you can find us hopefully in all the clinics that we're going to be partnering up with this year. We're pushing into 5,000 location.
I have a quick question for you as we close out. Do you use frequency medicine at all? I'm actually a board certified frequency medicine, quantum,
Yes,
whatever
I
you want to
love
call it,
those things.
biofeedback practitioner. But I mean, yeah, that's the most incredible diagnostic assessment tools out there, which they're using in China, Europe, not too much here. People don't even know about them. But is that integrated at all into your system? Or you're thinking about that in the future?
Absolutely. We've been in discussions, multiple of them actually. And yeah, we've been in discussions with multiple of them. I'd love to know and hear what you have. So it'd be great to actually integrate those and load them up into our marketplace.
Yeah, maybe we do a call sometime. I'm pretty knowledgeable about a bunch of the systems out there.
And getting the education out there is important. You know, this is why we created the platform, is to get things like this education out there, because, you know, a lot of the science cast is based out of research, white papers and stuff like that, but there's a lot of information and knowledge that's outside of the scope of that. We definitely want the education to come out. And so this is why the platform is there, is to gather more information, gather more education, so patients can eventually, this is the eventual state, is they can algorithmically say, hey, I have a headache. These are your options. You can do frequency medicine. You could do this. You could do this. And then they can dive and do it into their own thing. So they're taking control back of their own health.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, there was a doctor, God, his name escapes me right now. He was at Walter Reed in Washington. Anyway, we talked. He had written a book on identifying different emotional groups of people. People have different preferences. Like, oh, this group likes acupuncture. This group likes Ayurvedic medicine. You know, so it's kind of almost, where do you start, and then let's go and put you down that path. I don't. There's so much out there. It's just it's kind of fun.
There
it is kind of fun. It is fun. All right. I think any last comments? Or are we good for tonight? Today. Sorry, for tonight. All right. I'll stop the recording.